Very good.
I did. I got the right one this time.
All
Hello,
right.
everyone, and welcome to episode number 289 of our button show. What does this button do? This week we have a hodgepodge for you. It's tech tips for everyone, and it should be a lot of fun. What do you think?
And it is December 1,
Pretty
2024. One more month to go.
And then what? Okay.
2025.
So we are an educational show about smartphones and technology with us geeks on tour.
And I want to start right away with a tip, and then we'll back off and say hello. But my first quick tip is about arranging icons on your phone's home screen. Now, a lot of you I know do this all the time and know about it, but some people have never done it, don't realize how much they can control what their screens look like. And then there's some of us who know how to do it, but we haven't in years, and our screens are a mess, and we need to be reminded. I just want to show you how you would delete an icon two ways, either just removing it from the screen or uninstalling it from your phone. How to get the icon back if you just removed it from the screen and you changed your mind. How to just move icons around the screen, and then how to combine icons into folders. And I'm going to do this on the iPhone. Well, I will do it on the Android later, but right now it's on the iPhone.
You want to move that glass too? Okay.
And is it in position or is it a little off?
That looks pretty good.
Okay, so this is my iPhone, and when I say a home screen, I'm talking about any of these screens that have icons on them. Most of these icons are your apps, and as I say, I haven't been paying attention. My very first home screen, I think, is pretty organized and good, and 90% of the time, this is the only place I go, but I have all these others. Let's look at one. I'm just going to go to the second home screen over, and so I see, there's an app called Journal, and I don't even know what it is. I certainly don't use it very often, so I want to get it off my screen. I just long press, and that just means touch, and leave your finger on it, and something pops up. And the first option is Remove App. Now, there's two choices about removing the app. Delete the app, meaning uninstall, get it off your phone completely, or just remove it from the home screen. Well, I'm not sure I might want this app someday, so I just want it gone from my home screen. Remove from home screen. All right, now let's say, now I remember what that app was, and I haven't used it, but I should be using it, let's say. I want it back on my home screen. Where do I find it? Well, on the iPhone, and this is relatively new, you do have an All Apps library, and it's all the way at the end. If you keep swiping left, you will eventually get to what's called the app library. And these are grouped, so if I know what group that was in, I could find it. But if I don't, I just swipe down, and they are all now in alphabetical order. And I can find that Journal just by going down to the J's. I think I have a few too many apps, don't you? And once again, you touch and hold on it until it drops off on a home screen. Now, what home screen did it drop off on? The very last one. If you want to move it over, you touch and hold. Now it's attached to your finger. You can just bump it up against the edge and keep going until you get to the screen that you want it dropped off on. Now what if I say, oh, really, I do need to get rid of that. I am not using it at all. How do we stop them wiggling? You go home. How do you go home? On most iPhones, you just swipe up, and that stops the wiggling and gets rid of those little minuses. If I want to get rid of it completely, I would touch and hold until the menu comes up, remove app, and this time I would tap on delete app. I'm not going to do that. I really don't know what this app is, but I think I should know what it is before I delete it. So I cancel. And then maybe just to organize things, I want to put a bunch of apps that I don't use often into a folder. How do you do that? You grab one, touch and hold, and then you can keep holding on it there until it's attached to your finger. Now I touch another app with it.
Right at the bottom.
Right at the bottom, and they will combine. God, seems like it's getting harder and harder.
Right at the top.
There. The top right is what happened to work that time. I'm not sure if that's right or not. But now I can drag other apps into there. And now I've cleaned up my screen that's in a folder. You can also move the folder around. So you can move the folder to a previous screen and then go home. It stops all the wiggling. You have now organized your screens by removing apps, deleting apps, moving them around, making folders.
Okay. Great. Well, hi everyone, I'm Jim, and here together with my wife Chris, we are Geeks on Tour. Do you think your smartphone is smarter than you? And do you have questions about your iPhone or your Android devices, and how do you learn about this technology, the cloud?
Well, we are geeks. We've been in technology, training, and support since 1983. We are old geeks.
We are.
Also known as propeller heads.
Another word for a geek is a propeller head.
Yeah. But we are a little bit different in that we are geeks who teach. Teaching is my passion. I love to learn, and then when I've learned cool things, I want to pass it along. All of our content is collected on our website, and it's been collecting since 2007. We've had this YouTube show since 2014. There's a lot there. Check it out. geeksontour.com.
Okay. Do want to say thanks to our premium members. You're who make this whole thing possible, and we're very thankful for all of you. Some of you are here. Let's see. Jolin's here. Jay Sanford. North Texas. Stephen Turney. I hope you're feeling well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Glad you were able to get on with us.
All right. The Philly Burbs. Hi, Thelma. Herb. Brenda. Where'd you go? There you are. Michigan. You snowy. I hope it's not too snowy. Ed, good to see you. Sharon, love how the Android, where'd she go?
Has allowed this feature for years. It's so helpful to organize icons and apps. I think she means making folders, or does she mean that has an all apps area? Android always had that.
Right.
iPhone didn't.
Right.
So
yeah, they were all on some home screen somewhere, right?
Yeah, they had to be on a home screen or it didn't exist. So now you can have them off of the home screen, but they're still on your phone.
Okay, Richard. On my Android, I like to lock the icon so I don't accidentally swipe one off accidentally. That's,
Yeah, there's a lot more settings on the Android, and one of them is to lock your icons in place. I would forget that I had done that. And then I would try to move something and go, what the?
I it's stuck.
Yeah.
Something's wrong with this thing. You
But,
reboot.
but yeah, if you get your screen the way you like it and you don't want to move, it's a great option.
Cool. It's cold in Manhattan. Hi, Kathleen. New York City. Yeah, there's others. That's true. Central Coast, California. Always a lovely place to visit.
Yes.
All right.
Love San Luis Obispo.
John says do all the stuff you're supposed to do. Click, thumbs up, subscribe, give us,
Thank
us,
you.
do all that. Thank you so much.
Oh, both. Okay. Yeah, both folders and an all apps area. Yeah.
Right on. Okay. So there's a batch stays pass for our premium members. It's right after this show. It's a Zoom meeting where our premium members, it's a benefit of membership. You can come in and join us backstage after the show and we can discuss whatever you want.
We continue the conversation and
we have a great time.
We've become family. Yeah, it's really fun.
Very cool. All right. Maurice, you're back in New Jersey. I'm sorry to say. It's gorgeous down here, man. Almost missed it. Hi, Linda. Okay, what do we have here?
So we are home in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, and I always try to put up a picture of where we're at, what we're doing. We went on an airboat ride.
Yeah, it was fun.
A very typical southern Florida thing. The Everglades is a river of grass. It's not a swamp. Now, I really don't know but it's not a swamp.
There are swamps around, but this is not. It's a river.
And the airboat is the way you get around. There's no motor goes down in the water. It just glides along because of this big fan that propels it. And you see alligators.
Imagine that.
And I posted the alligator picture twice because I was just having fun and I want to show you. So I do these slides using Google Slides. And I just want to show you a new feature of Google Slides. If you are paying for Gemini, I don't think you can do this if you're not paying for Gemini. I can select this picture. This is an alligator in here amongst the grass. I can right click and remove background. This is Google Slides. So now there's an alligator. Now because of the grass that was covering up a bit of his back, it's not the greatest, but then I can move the alligator over into our laps. I just think that's kind of fun. Or I can move him up in the sky.
The flying gator.
The flying gator, yeah. So just fun stuff you can do with computers, and this one is with Google Slides. All right.
A reminder to sign up for our newsletters, geeksontour.com/news. We'll have a QR code somewhere sometime on that slide, but
and if you're watching this not live, sometime later, within the next day or two, I make sure that there are chapters, that each topic we talk about has a place so you can jump around to other parts by using the chapters.
Cool. Go ahead.
Today is Tech Tips for everyone. Arranging icons on home screen, digitizing old photos, eliminating glare, Google Photos, a little bit about accounts, digitizing old letters, a couple of examples of how I've been using AI, how to add photos to a group albums, and benefit of password managers. We might not get through all of this, but we'll give it a shot. So now I want to do the same thing as I did in the iPhone, but this time with the Android, with the Samsung. And here is my Samsung. So Android. And once again, my first home screen is pretty organized, and these are all things that I do use all the time. But let's say that I've decided that I want AccuWeather on my number one home screen. You just touch and hold until it is, you don't have to tap anything on the menu that pops up. It's attached to my finger. I can go over to the left until I see the first screen, and then I can drop it off where I want it. I can also remove it. Let's say I don't want it on a home screen anywhere. You touch and hold until the menu pops up. And now you have the choice, can they see that? Can you? Of either remove or uninstall. So remove just means take it off the screen. Uninstall means take it off of your phone completely. I'm going to remove it and show you how it is still there. The way you get to the all apps screens on the Android is to just swipe up. And there's AccuWeather. I can still use it from here, or I can long press and put it back. You can also get to your all apps with this 9-dot grid in the bottom right. Now, if you don't have that, it's a setting. Look for the apps button setting that put it on your home screen. I kind of like that. All right. And then the Android has a similar way of making folders. If I want to put Dive Plus and Photo Mine, they are both photo related, into a folder together, I can touch and hold on one and drag it up until it touches, I thought it was bottom right. Come on. Well, this makes it all the more important as to why there is another way of doing it. You can long press on an empty part of the screen and make a folder, right? Yeah, long press and select, and then select another one and create folder. So, and then once you have a folder, you can add more just by tapping the plus and adding more. So once again, and then you can type a photo name, seldom used. Seldom used apps, I will call it. And so how I did that was I touched and hold on one and select. Touched and hold, just selected another one and then create folder. That's how I did that. And that is Android. Delete the icon or uninstall the app. I did not do an uninstall, which is why you see so many apps on my phone. You can get the icon back from the all apps, or you can just use it from there if you want. If you want your home screens completely clear, you can find your apps in the all apps and use them from there. You can move icons around and you can combine icons into folders. And as Jolin says there, if you do uninstall, you can still get it back. You go to your Play Store and it will show you apps that you have already installed in the past, even though they are uninstalled now. All right. So for something completely different, photos is one of our main topics. And I've been trying to clean out a bit these days. So I've been scanning some old photos, and we've covered photo scan before, but it's been a while, and there is one thing that's changed that I want you to see. So here we have a video. If you use the photo scan app, it will automatically eliminate the glare, crop to the edges, and this video will show you how. Do you have old photo albums and you'd like to get those pictures into Google Photos? Well, sometimes I just grab my phone and snap a photo of one of the photos in there. But here's the problem. I will then have to crop it, and glare can often be an issue. I'm Chris Gould with Geeks on Tour, and I want to show you Photo Scan. It's a free app by Google Photos. You do need to download it to your phone, either Android or iPhone. So get it from your Play Store or your App Store, and I'm going to show you then how to use it. So here it is. I have installed it on my iPhone, but as I say, this works exactly the same on Android phones. So Photo Scan. You can use it standalone, or you can use it from within Google Photos. First, I'm going to show you standalone. So I open Photo Scan. Now I find the picture I want to scan. And the way it works, you get the picture on your screen, and then you snap like the shutter button. But that's not all. You now have to move that circle over all the 4 dots. It has turned on the flash. The flash will get rid of any reflection, and then the 4 different shots will get rid of any glare. Now I want to show you that that picture taken by Photo Scan is now in my photos on the iPhone, either in your Apple Photos, there it is, or in your Google Photos. So I can open up Google Photos, we see the picture, and notice there is no glare, and it is cropped perfectly to the edges. Cool. Now I want to show you how to get to Photo Scan from within Google Photos. They keep moving it. So let me show you right now. To get to Photo Scan from within Google Photos, you still have to have it installed on your phone, but you tap the plus and then down to Get Photos, Import from Other Places. Tap there, and there's lots of places you can import photos from. Here is Scan Photos with your phone, Photo Scan. And I'll just do that again with a different picture this time. And you just move the circle over the 4 dots. And then we'll see what it looks like. It looks pretty good. So that is how to eliminate glare and crop to edges when you want to get old photos digitized and into Google Photos. Free Photo Scan app by Google Photos. It really does work great. I use it a lot. One thing that I did not do in that, though, what's the problem when you're scanning old photos? This gets them into your Google Photos, no problem, but Google Photos are arranged by date. What date does that newly scanned photo have on it? Today, or the day that you scanned it. I think you should change the date so that it is in the proper place in your timeline of photos. So let me show you how to do that. So here is that photo that was just scanned in, and I swipe up and see where it says Wednesday, November 27. I tap the pencil and edit date and time. I tap where it says Wednesday, November 27. Now, this would take me a long time to scroll back. This was from 91, say. I think maybe September 1991 is what I'm going to say. If I tap on the November, now I'm seeing all the dates, and I can easily go back to 91. Then I would go to September, and then I have to pick a date. Notice it still says November 27. When I pick a date, now it has changed, and I click OK and save. Notice that photo has disappeared. Why? Because it's no longer in this week. It's back in 1991. Yeah. It is. I have a lot of pictures, even back to 1990. Well, I can search for 1991 and September. And I have the new Ask. I will switch to classic search in order to get 1991 September. Oh, that's not nice. That's not nice at all. Well, that's why I have not taught Ask yet. I don't think it's ready. I don't think it's ready for prime time yet. But I can always find by going to collections and recently added, and that picture of me in the office isn't too far up back, and it says September 12th, 1991. Oh, there's always something. Okay, so that was digitizing old photos. All automatic, getting rid of the glare, getting rid of the crop problems.
Okay, there's a couple of things up here. Sometimes apps move on their own screen. On screen.
Well, you'd have to be moving something, but other apps move out of the way. Yeah, they can jump around when you start fiddling with them.
Okay, is there an app that does OCR from a JPEG of a document? Google Photos?
Sure, all of them. And I think I did that last Fun with Photos. I did a how to get you can use Keep, you can use Lens, or you can just use Google Drive. Any of them will get text from a photo.
Okay. Been trying PhotoScan. S24 Ultra camera, flatbed scanner of a 114-year-old postcard picture. Picture just does not have enough detail to get the faces. Will AI something?
Good question. An AI, there might be some AI that does. I don't know of anything that does. Probably the best one I've seen for fixing up old pictures is PhotoMine, M-Y-N-E. But if there's nothing there, if there's no detail, it's hard to create. But that is what AI can do. So good question. When you find one, let us know, okay, Bill?
Let's see, Kathleen. Wrong one.
Oh.
Personals.
Okay.
All right.
What's next? Oh. This is just an issue that I see happening a lot that I want to try to explain the concept of what's going on. Google Photos. People say, I have a whole bunch of photos missing from my Google Photos timeline of photos. This is how it often happens. You get a phone, you have your Google account, you set it up, you're taking pictures, and they get backed up. They get copied from your phone to the cloud in your Google account. So let's say that you have a Google account with the address of SusieQ@gmail. That SusieQ@gmail is like a vault in the cloud. That's where all your pictures are going and getting stored. A lot of people don't realize that. So when they go to the store to get a new phone and the salesperson sets it up for them and says, okay, what's your Google account username and password? And they say, I don't know. I mean, they might know SusieQ@gmail, but they don't know their password. And the salesperson says, not a problem. We'll just set you up with a new account. No. From now on, all your photos are being stored in that new account. So your old photos are under SusieQ. Your new photos are under SusanQuinn@gmail. It gets to be a mess really soon. So a common mistake is that people will be looking at one account, but backing up to another. And I want to show you I want to show you this. So I'm going to use my phone, and I am going to be viewing the Odie Gould account. That was our dog. I like having fake accounts, if you will. So this account has a dog's face as the account. Okay. Now I'm going to take a picture. I'm going to take a picture just of this smiley face. Hold that. Okay. So I take a picture of the smiley face. Let you off the hook for once here.
Oh, this is not a smiley face.
And I go to my Google Photos, and there's the smiley face. So people will think, so what account is that smiley face being saved in? They look up at the top here. This is Odie's account. Okay, I'm going to go to the computer and go to Odie's account. I have him all set up on my computer, so it's easy. So here I am logged in to Odie's account, and if I go to Google Photos, the picture of the smiley face is not there. And I know that my phone is connected to the Wi-Fi. I know that the uploads are going just fine. So where did it go? All right, back to the phone. There's two places where accounts show up. This button shows the account of the photos that you're looking at. But if I tap on it, notice it says backing up to a different account. Backing up to a different account is backing up to the Chris account. So then my question is, well, if I'm looking at the Odie account and we know that this photo didn't get uploaded to the Odie account, why am I seeing it?
Magic?
Any ideas? Because I took it with this phone, so it's on the device. Google Photos shows you the photos that are on the device and the photos that are in that account in the cloud. So I need to tap on this and view the Chris Gould. Now it tells me that backup is complete. So where do you set that? It's in the backup account and settings. Then you can tap on the account and you can make it be whatever you want. But know that there can be a difference between the account that you're looking at and the account that it's backing up to. You know, you shouldn't. I think you should be looking at the same account they're backing up to. And I think you should only have one account that you use for Google Photos. Got it? Got it. All right, next, digitizing old letters. I use Google Drive for this, and the video will explain. You just capture the first page, click plus for the next. You end up with one file of multiple pages for the letter. Trying to clear out some of the memorabilia in my closets. The photos are really pretty easy. You scan them with your phone and put them into Google Photos. But what about old letters? I came across this one. This is a famous letter from my mother in 1983. I could take pictures of it, but it's 11 pages. That would be 11 pictures? That's kind of a mess. So I thought about it for a little bit and realized that using Google Drive, I could scan this using my phone still, and the 11 pages would become one PDF document. Let me show you how. All you need is Google Drive. So if you have a Google account and you have the Google Drive, if you have an Android, it's already installed. It's in your Google group. If you have an iPhone, just install the Google Drive app. It looks like this triangle. You open up Google Drive, and then in My Drive and Files. Now, I've already started a folder for memorabilia from my mom, and it's called Mom. So I'm going to open that. And then you tap the plus. When I tap the plus to scan a new file, it's going to go into the Mom folder. So I tap plus and then scan. Now I come over to the letter and just get the whole letter on the screen, and notice it already captured the first page. Then I just tap the plus, and it's automatically finding the outlines of the page and scanning it. I go to the next page, tap the plus, it finds it. All I have to do is hold it steady. And I'll do that for all 11 pages. It's captured all 11 pages now. I just tap done. And then you tap say. Oh, you can give it, here's where you can give it a name. And I like to start with the date, 1983, Mom's famous letter. This letter really does mean something to me, and I'm thrilled that I found it, and I now have it online in my Google Drive. Let me show you on the computer what that looks like. So here is my Google Drive, just drive.google.com, signed into my Google account. I find the Mom folder, and I can find that 1983 Mom's famous letter PDF. It's one file that is 11 pages. There it is. Other than the fact that her handwriting is not that easy to read, the scan is certainly perfectly easy to read. I'm Chris Gould with Geeks on Tour, and I think this is a fabulous way to save old memorabilia that's paper.
Uh-oh.
There we go. I'm used to being a little blurry. I don't know if you noticed, if you were looking closely when I showed the resulting letter, over on the right-hand side, Gemini, that's Google's AI, was asking if I want some information about the letter. And I want to show you that. Here is, on my screen in Google Drive, the letter that was scanned, and I said, I can hardly read her writing. But look at this. Gemini, without even being asked, I didn't know it did this, gives me a summary. This file contains a letter written by a mother to her child Chris in 1983. The mother recounts her Christmas holiday, including spending time, blah, blah, blah. The highlighted part is why this is a famous letter. The mother also discusses her thoughts on starting a computer workshop, analyzing the potential market and profitability. She further talks about her travel experiences, including a trip to Cozumel and camping in Florida. This is the letter that made me quit being a lawyer and start being a computer teacher. And Mom and I had a computer training business from 1983 to 96. Just love this. But is Gemini amazing or what? It not only digitizes, it can do it with handwriting and summarize. Wow. Okay. Yeah. You say we have a couple questions in the chat there?
There's a couple of things up here. Where are we? Okay. Linda says she downloaded PhotoScan they wanted to charge. Is that the wrong one to download?
It's got to be the wrong one, yeah, because it is 100% free. Make sure it is PhotoScan by Google. Actually, I think it specifically says by Google Photos, which is a little bit odd, but yeah, it is free.
Okay, can you still use editing features, brightness pop, once a photo scanner scanned your photos?
Absolutely. Absolutely. So you can improve them a lot after you've scanned it.
Okay, when changing the date, can you enter year, month, and if you don't know the exact day?
No, you
Guess.
have to pick a day. Just say the first. Just say the first of the month if you don't know the day. You have to select a day before it gets set.
Okay. John wants to know what the live cam is back there. That's the New River in downtown Fort Lauderdale. This is just outside our studios
Yeah,
here.
right.
No, it's
It's
it's a
not
live.
far.
No, it's not far, and the bridge is down. The railroad bridge is down, so no boats can go through. They have to wait for the bridge to come up there.
One of our favorite restaurants is you sit right there and see that view. But that is today. Is it a gorgeous day or what?
It is perfect out there. Chilly Bradenton. Well, you should move south. It's much nicer down here. Madeline likes your session. Thank you so much.
Oh, great, great.
Very cool.
Okay.
All right, back to work.
Here. Just gotta come. So, speaking of Gemini, if you've been playing with technology at all, you've been playing with AI, and there are lots of them. ChatGPT started the whole thing. Then there's Claude and Perplexity and all sorts. But Gemini is the one by Google. And because I have one of those 2 terabyte accounts, I'm getting Gemini, the pay for version. And I'm really just getting along with it. I have all the others, but Gemini and I are learning to talk to each other, and it's amazing. So it can summarize long documents, even handwritten ones like what I just showed you, but feed it a long PDF, and it will give you information too. It can create really good images, I've found. It can help you brainstorm titles. And it can summarize YouTube videos. Let me demo a little bit of this. Let me go to images. So here is my Gemini. No, it's not. This is Google Drive. Gemini is this guy right here. And I want to show you how. So right here, I wanted to brainstorm. I mean, that lesson that I gave about Google Photos and the account you're looking at can be different from the account you're back. It's really hard to describe that. So I asked Gemini to help me come up with some phrasing. I say, I'm trying to teach Google Photos and the importance of understanding your Google account. If you have multiple Google accounts, it can be a real mess. Give me a few other ways to say the account you're viewing can be different from the account that you're backing up to. So it says, absolutely. It's so friendly and positive. Here are some ways you could say it. The Google account you use to look at photos might not be the same one saving your photos. That's a lot better than the words I came up with. You could be viewing photos with one account and storing them in another, your photo backup. And I think I ended up using, a common mistake, looking at photos in one account but backing them up to another. Let's make sure you know how to check this. So when I'm struggling coming up with the best words, I go to Gemini. And notice that I was pretty wordy in my question. When you're doing a Google search, you want to be as concise as possible. When you're talking to AI, you want to be as explanatory as possible. Give it some background, give it an example. And then photos. So I wanted a kind of a stock photo. I looked for some stock photos of scanning old photos, and I found nothing I liked. So I asked Gemini, create an image of someone using their phone to scan an old printed photo. All we see in the image is the photo laying on the desk and the phone being held by one or two hands. We can see that the phone is scanning the photo. Make it in a photorealistic style. I'm so impressed with that. It came out good, and Gemini is not known for its image capabilities. And then you can ask it to summarize a YouTube video. Let me find a YouTube video. Okay, so here's one of my YouTube videos. How to share photos between phones without an internet connection. You say, oh, that sounds interesting, but I really don't want to watch, and it could be a 20-minute video. All you need, I'm going to right-click, copy video URL, go back to Gemini, new chat, and please, I like to be polite, summarize this YouTube video. And just give it the link to the video and watch it go. This video is about how to share photos between phones without an internet connection. The video starts with a scenario of being on a dive boat with no internet connection. I wonder who did this video. The first method introduced is AirDrop, blah, blah, blah. The second method is Quick Share, which is used to share between Android devices. So if you're just wondering what is a video all about, let Gemini or another, all of them can do this. I think Gemini does it as slick as any. All right. So that is my take on Gemini. Add to group photos. We've covered this in several webinars. We've even had a members-only meeting where we all shared an album and put photos in it and learned how. But I think group photos are so cool. It's important to, and it's easy. So if somebody sends you a link to an album and they say, please add your photos from this trip, here's how you do it. You must have a Google account. Now, you don't have to use Google Photos. It'll be easier if you do, but you don't have to. You do have to have a Google account. And then on the computer, when you're viewing the shared album, you just look for this little image with a plus. It's a tiny little icon. It's easier to see on the phone app. So I want to show you this. I'm going to go to my email because Jim says that he sent me a link to an album of his that I could then add photos to. All you have to do is click on the link. And you will be seeing these photos whether you have a Google account or not. It's just a link that shows you his photos. But if you do have a Google account and you are signed into it, you will have this icon on the computer. It's all the way up at the top here. It says Add Photos. So I can click that. Now, what I'm seeing here is my Google Photos. But I can search for scuba. Scuba favorites, there we go. And here, this really is one of my absolute favorites. I will select that one and select that one, and I'll click Done. I have now added those two pictures to his album, and this is a group album now. He could send that link to you. All right? Now I want to show you on the phone. In Google Photos, I've already started working with his, find it in Collections, and Albums. And then I love this new feature. You can select all albums, my albums, or shared with me. So I am just looking for an album that was shared with me, and I should see Jim's diving album. And here is the Add Photos. And I will Well, that's all. She's one of our dive buddies. I'll add Laura to this album.
Oh, no, she's going to start adding pictures.
And now notice pictures that I've added have my name on them. Pictures that were Jim's originally have his name on them. So that is adding your photos to a group album. Just click the link that was sent to you. You must have a Google account and signed into it. Find the plus to add your photos to a group album. And do we have time for this?
No.
No. Yeah. So I don't want to take the time for this, but I want you to know what is meant by tip 114. All you have to do is go to geeksontour.com/tip 114. And there you have, using a password manager. This one section of our website, I call it Top Tips, is for our paid premium members only. So you do have to have your username and password and log in order to go to tip 114. And now you can read all about it. And at the bottom, there's a whole 1-hour class. Remember this, Jolin? A presentation to Sun City Computer Club? No, Sunset. That's a different. Sorry. Yeah. And 3 videos. So there's a few paragraphs to explain Password Manager, and then there's videos. We highly recommend that you do it. Password managers.
I don't see any other questions there. Kathleen likes pictures.
Isn't that a great one? The turtle. I mean, on one of the copies of that picture, I put a little speech bubble for the turtle talking to Jim saying, "Are you married?" The turtle just looks like he or she is in love. All right.
All right. A reminder about the Backstage Pass. It's for premium members only. It's an online meeting with Zoom right after this show. Chris sent out a link earlier in an email, or you can go to our website, geeksontour.com, go to the member login, and the link is right there, just that big picture. Click on that. Sign in and sign up for our free newsletters. Goes out. One's in the works right now. It should go out in the next couple of days. geeksontour.com/news. A lot of good information in there. A reminder to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Click the bell. That way you'll get notified when we post something new or go live, and it's really handy to have. I don't see any other questions.
Okay.
Well, did you learn something? I think you should have. True or false? If you remove an app's icon from your phone's home screen, you can still use the app.
True. As long as you just removed it. You didn't delete or uninstall.
Okay. The app that will scan photos and eliminate glare is A, Lens, B, Photo Scan, or C, Clear Scan.
B, Photo Scan by Google.
Okay.
Free.
The app that will scan multiple pages into one PDF file is A, Google Drive, B, Adobe Scan, or C, PhotoMine.
A, Google Drive is the one I demonstrated.
Cool. An AI chatbot by Google is called...
July 16th, 2007.
Hey, Google, stop. Okay, the AI chatbot by Google is called A, ChatGPT, B, Miracle Worker, or C, Gemini.
C, Gemini.
True or false, you can tell where your Google Photos are being saved, backed up, by looking at the account in the top right.
Nope, not enough. The account in the top right tells you what account the photos you're looking at are from. You have to tap on that button and go to the backup settings to see where they're being backed up to.
All right. To add your photo to a group photo album, you must A, have a Google account, B, use Google Photos, or C, use a phone.
A, you must have a Google account. You don't have to use Google Photos, and it can be done on a computer. Okay,
That's
it.
Okay, the Backstage Pass. I'm going to get ready for that real quick now. It's an online meeting using Zoom. The link is in an email for our premium members. And you can also log in to our website, geeksontour.com/member login, and it's right there.
Oh, we have to show that. Thank you all for the compliments here. Excellent hodgepodge today. Good session. This was very informative.
I was going to put those out later.
Oh, okay. You can do that too.
I will. How about that?
Yeah.
You guys are the best. All right. So, Backstage Pass, keep going. That's it for it. Chris, what's the website that lists all of our YouTube shows?
Geeksontour.com. And the menu item is YouTube shows.
And the web page that lists all of our recent newsletters.
It's hiding the green. Geeksontour.com. And the menu item is blogs and news. Our newsletter archives are under there.
Oh, how about that?
There you go.
Why do people pay $58 a year to join Geeks on Tour?
There's all sorts of member benefits. So you can ask us questions. We have these private Zoom meetings called Backstage Pass and others. We're having a Learn More with Google Photos class coming up on January 7 for members only. No extra charge, but members only. Access to hundreds of Show Me videos and ebooks. You get my Google Photos book. Written notes of these sessions, and some people pay us the $58 a year. Realize that's less than $5 a month. Just to say thank you for all the free training. And we thank you.
Okay. geeksontour.com/join now. Become a member. You can do it on our website. Premium members. That's it for this week. I'm Jim.
I'm Chris.
And we are Geeks on Tour. Is that it?
Yep.
All right. Let's get out of here.